So you have a white liberal that walks up to ICE agents, calls them fascists, and they just start laughing. Not arguing, not fighting, just laughing. Meanwhile, TSA agents haven't been paid. And what happens next? That's where everything flips. Let's start here.
Tell me about what you're doing here today at the airport.
That's assistant. That's it.
How are you assisting?
Traffic.
So I see you guys all walking in a group. What's up? Anybody? Can anybody inform you how you guys are helping out? No thoughts. You guys are the foot soldiers of a fascist regime, right? Is that not what it is? Is that funny? Is that funny? What's funny about that? That was a big laugh. Come on. Tell me at least why it was funny. What do you think you're doing here? Just checking tickets? Come on, man. You see what ICE is doing. Maybe that was you a few weeks ago. I don't know. That's it? One big laugh, nothing else to say?
Beat it up, beating us all, folks. That moment right there. That's what happens when somebody shows up with a conclusion before they understand the situation. You know what I mean? He came in ready to confront something serious. I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying? He came ready and walked into some people that's doing their job, smiling through it. You know, no hostility, no escalation, just reality not matching the script, all right? And when that happens, it throws everything off. But while people are arguing over what to call somebody, there's something real happening behind all of this, y'all.
I was expecting it from what I saw in the news. I've been in line for about 45 minutes with no end in sight. It's a small problem compared to the TSA folks who aren't getting paid. And this is about politics. Unfortunately, the Democrats are using leverage to try to control the conduct of ICE instead of worrying about paying these poor TSA agents who have mortgages and house pay and all sorts of car payments and, the expenses we all have in life. And this is terrible what they're doing to the American traveler, but it's even worse what they're doing to the TSA worker.
Yeah. A lot of TSA workers struggling financially right now. And with that being said, President Trump said that he will sign an emergency order to immediately pay TSA agents. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's great. These are people who are really keeping us safe. It's wonderful. They do a great job and they deserve to be paid.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
I was expecting it from what I saw.
They definitely do. And just like that, you know what I'm saying? This ain't social media anymore. This is real life. People in line thinking about bills, their responsibilities, and real pressure. And workers keeping everything running, still not getting paid. So now the conversation changes because it's no longer about opinions. It's about what actually matters. And right when it feels like nothing's being done about it, look who steps in. Y'all watch what happens next.
Breaking tonight, just in the past few minutes, President Trump has just posted on Truth Social that he is ordering his new Homeland Security Secretary to pay TSA workers. The president does not say how that will be done, but TSA agents are not being paid because of the partial government shutdown. We talked about that with the speaker. That has stopped funding for the Homeland Security Department. President Trump blames what he calls radical left Democrats. We'll get into it with the panel in just a minute. Up next, we take a look
at... Well, now, you see what we got? The energy shifts. Same problem, same situation, but now there is movement. No endless talking, no going in circles. Something gets done. And whether people admit it or not, that's what stands out to most people. But this is where the conversation definitely takes a different turn because now it's not just about what's happening. No. It's about who's allowed to think what.
Well, apparently all the bum-ass black liberals on the fucking TikTok is upset because they seen black ICE agents at the motherfucking, at the airports yesterday. Apparently they all got their panties in a bunch talking about, oh, they done lost one and all that. No, you been lost one. It ain't just now. Okay? We don't give a fuck about you niggas, bro. That's what y'all don't really understand, bro. Y'all don't control our lives and tell us how we can think, where we can work, what we can do just to fit y'all bum ass narrative, bro. We don't fuck with y'all, bro. We gonna do whatever we want. We gonna go join ICE. We gonna go where we love that, bro. Okay? So y'all niggas need to understand that ICE is not just motherfucking white people. See, that's the problem with liberals. Y'all thought ICE was motherfucking just white people. No. The dude that was arresting the lady that had her daughter, that we all the whole video, them niggas was literally Chinese that was arresting her. It was literally a Chinese man that was arresting her. So for y'all need to fucking stop thinking that ICE is only fucking white people, bro. That it's not. Now y'all in y'all panic bunch because y'all seen a bunch of fucking black ICE agents and shit. So what? Black people, we can't be fucking ICE agents? Can somebody please explain to me when the fuck did black people become the immigrant savior? When the fuck did we have to stand up for illegal immigrants? Like, this is what I be talking about with black liberals, bro. Y'all stand up for everybody else, but y'all won't stand up for us, though. Y'all sit on the internet and call us coons and bootlickers and shit, but y'all want us to stand up for a bunch of people we don't even fucking know. And now y'all got y'all panties in a bunch because y'all seen a bunch of fucking black ICE agents at the airport. Bitch, shut y'all bum asses up. All right? How about that? Why don't you bum ass niggas go get a fucking job and stop fucking scamming and robbing people? And maybe we won't be having all these fucking stereotypes on our goddamn name. Y'all the reason why we got these fucking stereotypes. You little bum ass niggas. Why don't y'all niggas go get off your fucking couch and go get a fucking job, bro? I'm so tired of you black fucking liberals, bro. I can't stand y'all, bro. Y'all always got a problem, bro. Always trying to tell us what we can do and what we can't do, bro. Fuck you, okay? Okay? Go live your bum ass life, okay? If you don't want to do nothing good with your life, bitch, don't try to bring that shit down to us. The fuck?
I should have warned y'all that was vulgar. My fault. My bad. He said, go live your bum ass life. All right. Now, this is what things get uncomfortable, obviously, right? Because once you start telling people what they're supposed to believe, what side they're supposed to be on, you know, what jobs they should or shouldn't have, people start pushing back. And they should. I mean, come on, who the hell are you? Like, who creates this criteria? That's all I want to know. Who creates this criteria? And why does everybody think that the criteria that they create in their mind is somehow spoken for every... Okay. You know, push back. You can feel it building. And then this right here brings it all together.
Besides self-hating black people, nothing will make me more uncomfortable when it comes to black ICE agents. Nothing will make me more uncomfortable. Because you know better. You understand the line of oppression. Instead, when you signed that application, when you put on that uniform, you basically told everybody else that your freedom has a price. You're telling me and everybody else around you that some black people are willing to be bought and used as a weapon towards black people and other people of color. We're willing to separate families, abduct children, oppress and discriminate other black people and other people of color for a fucking sign-up bonus.
I had to take a couple of deep breaths before I decided to react to this video because I have to be very careful as to what I say on my TikTok account. But the amount of disrespect and manipulation tactics that are coming out of a lot of these black immigrants, especially for some reason, is really it's really starting to blow my mind. The way that a lot of, and let me address this you should know better bullshit that I'm starting to see floating around a lot. Y'all should know better. That's a very condescending statement to make. The whole approach that I'm noticing with a lot of these black immigrants, especially, their approach to us is it's almost like they're talking to us like we're their child. Like we're a child that needs to be schooled on something. Like they have some type of knowledge about this country when they got here 5 minutes ago that we need to be educated on because they know more than us because we're beneath them. It's very condescending. The whole tone, like you're talking to somebody that you view as beneath you or low or underneath you. I'm very good at reading people's energy, and that's the whole energy that this video is given. I'm actually play the second half of what he said here in a second. But this is not the only video that's been circulating these past couple of days about talking about black people shouldn't be ICE agents. Why not? Why are so many people approaching black Americans as if we're supposed to be Captain Save-A-Hole to the immigrant world? And we're just like the scapegoat for everybody. It's supposed to help everybody out. And have no loyalty to the country that we came from and not want, like, I really don't understand this. And it's like, ICE agents make a lot of money. Why not become an ICE agent? Why not? What's wrong with working in law enforcement? What's wrong with that? So black people are the only ones that can't be law enforcement officers? We the only ones who can't take the job? The job pays 6 figures and you get a bonus. Hell yeah, I will take that job.
Land belongs to the Native Americans and the Mexicans because they was here first. Black people spilled unimaginable oceans of blood to fight for freedom on this land, alongside Mexicans and Native Americans. Well, imagine my frustration, pure ferocity, and anguish that I have for black people who dares to be a fucking ICE agent. As a black person, there are some lines that you cannot cross, and this is one of them.
Well, first of all, we don't give a fuck how you feel because obviously you don't respect us anyway. Second of all, I notice that every time somebody brings up this Native Americans were here first, Mexicans were here first argument, it's always a way to try to make Black Americans feel like we are less American or that we're not American or that we don't belong here. Hence this argument that we shouldn't be ICE agents because they feel that we don't belong here anyway. You know, we're just like we're just immigrants like everybody else. We're just the immigrants that don't actually know where they came from because, you know, I guess they think that, you know, like in that movie Men in Black, somebody just grabbed us up and then they flashed that little flashy thing in our eyes and we just forgot who we were. Somebody just rewrote us a whole new memory. I don't know. I guess that's what they think happened, but they don't think that we're Americans or we're just not American enough because we're Black, because we're not Mexican, we're not Native American Indian, so we're just not American enough. You cannot school Black Americans about nothing in regards to this country if you are an immigrant. Not sorry for saying that. We don't need your advice. We don't need your condescending statements and lectures. We don't need you to try to school us on nothing. Half the time when y'all talk about rights and shit like that, you're taking a play out of our people's book. So you can't school us because you're trying to be like us. You're trying to do the things that we do.
My fault, y'all. It took me a little second to get my mic unmuted. Now, you don't have to agree with every word to understand why that resonates. Because underneath it all, there's a bigger shift happening. People starting to decide for themselves what they stand on without asking for permission first. And once that starts happening, man, that's when things really starts to change. Because when you really step back and look at everything that you just watch, none of it is actually about airports. It's not even about TSA. And it's definitely not about ICE. It's about control. Not control, you know, in the loud, obvious way, right? But the quiet kind. The kind where people are told what they're supposed to think, what they're supposed to agree with, you know, or disagree with, and what side they expected to stand on before they even get a chance to think it through themselves. They won't even give you the opportunity. And the moment somebody steps outside of that, they are labeled, questioned, you know what I'm saying? They get pressured back into alignment. But, you know, what you're starting to see now is people not folding as fast as they used to. You know, people asking questions they weren't asking before. People looking at the same situation and coming to their own conclusions, even if it goes against what they've been told. And that right there, that's when things really begin to shift. Not overnight, you know what I'm saying? But for sure it's going to happen. Because once people stop reacting and actually start using that brain of theirs, man, you ain't going to be able to manipulate them. It's not easy, man. You know, it's a lot harder to predict them and a lot harder to keep everything moving in one direction. So whether you agree with every clip or not, it's not even a point. The point is you're watching people break out of the pattern. And once that pattern breaks, man, I'm telling you, it's not going back to normal. So if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to write, let me see. I need a good one. We're thinking. There we go. Because that's exactly what I'm doing, trying to think of something. We're thinking. Y'all be safe. Go check out somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.